All right, people. So welcome to Jumbo IAS and welcome to UPSC Prelims Phoenix batch. In this batch, we revise the entire syllabus for UPSC Prelims 2026. And that includes both static as well as current affairs. In fact, if you follow the schedule that we have provided to you in this Phoenix batch, well, you would get to revise your entire syllabus 3 times plus practice more than 7,000 MCQs. So stick to the schedule, stick to the daily targets. That's very important, okay? Now, as far as today is concerned, today is day 5 for Polity Current Affairs. And in day 5 for Polity Current Affairs, the topics that we are going to discuss through MCQs today would be constitutional and statutory bodies plus federal issues or center-state relations. Okay, so all the current affairs related to these topics would be discussed through a set of MCQs. So you will get to revise this portion of current affairs, plus you will get to practice 20 MCQs. All right. Okay then, enough of the introduction. Let's straight away jump into the lecture. Let's begin. So current affairs polity day 5 and our topics are, well, constitutional bodies, statutory bodies, and center-state relations or federal disputes or federal issues between center and states. Okay, so first we'll begin with these bodies and then we'll talk about federal disputes. Okay, so let's begin with question number 1. With reference to Comptroller and Auditor General of India, consider the following statements. CAG of India functions both as Comptroller and Auditor General, similar to the system in UK. The administrative expenses of the Office of CAG, including all salaries and allowances, are charged upon Consolidated Fund of India and are not subject to vote. After retirement, CAG is eligible for further office under Government of India or Government of any state. Okay, now look. Though we have borrowed this office from or we were inspired from United Kingdom's Comptroller and Auditor General, and that is why India also has Comptroller and Auditor General. But the thing is, though the CAG is called CAG, but the C part is not one of his functions. Okay. Now, auditor is someone who audits the expenditures incurred by any body. Okay. Now, CAG audits the expenditure done by center and state governments. Okay. The expenditures, once they are done, then only audit will begin. Okay, so auditor's role comes after the expenditure is incurred. A comptroller is someone who authorizes the expenditure before the expenditure is incurred. So Ministry of Education, if it wants to spend, well, 100 crore rupees somewhere, well, the authorization for taking those 100 crores would be authorized by comptroller. Okay, but in India, comptroller's role is not performed by our CAG. Whereas in UK, this role is performed by UK CAG. Okay, so roundabout our CAG is similar to UK CAG, but the only difference is our CAG is not the comptroller. Okay, so well, this is false. Yeah, the administrative expenses of the Office of CAG is charged upon Consolidated Fund of India. That means every year when the budget is presented, this expenditure is not put to vote. So this part is correct. Now, to ensure the independence and impartiality of CAG, so that, well, he doesn't favor center or state governments in return for favors after retirement. Okay, so that there is no quid pro quo established between CAG and the governments, there is no conflict of interest. Well, CAG is not eligible for employment under Government of India or Government of any state. Okay, so this is false. The answer would come out to be B. Right? Remember this. All right. Question number 2. So in the context of AI audit revolution mentioned in the reports, consider the following statements. CAG has launched a plan to deploy LLMs to shift from manual sampling to anomaly detection across massive data sets. The Center of Excellence for Financial Audit was established in Hyderabad in late 2025 to spearhead this digital auditing. Now, well, the thing is that CAG has a lot of databases from where it conducts its audits. So GST database, income tax database, many other databases. Now, this is an exhaustive database. So what CAG used to do was, it used to just take 5 to 10% of the transactions in the GST database. This is known as sampling, to check whether there is any anomaly or not. But the entire database was not exhaustively checked because that was not the capacity. The capacity was not there. Okay. So we used to do sampling. We only picked few transactions at random and then used to check whether there is any anomaly or not. But now we have the help of AI, and AI can exhaustively scrutinize the entire database. Now this AI audit revolution was brought in by CAG. Okay, so this part is correct, so that manual sampling is reduced. Now, A research institute has also been established to basically help or to do research and innovation in usage of AI or digital tools for audits. This is known as Center of Excellence for Financial Audit, and remember, its headquarters are in Hyderabad. So this is also correct. The correct answer would come out to be C. Right? Next. Regarding the appointment and removal of CAG, which of the following are true? Now, just remember this. CAG in India, to ensure its independence, well, the removal of CAG in India has been made extremely difficult. CAG can only be removed in the same manner as prescribed for removal of a Supreme Court judge. And we all know how difficult it is to remove a Supreme Court judge. So Supreme Court can be removed from office only in manner and on like grounds, like proved misbehavior and incapacity, as judge of a Supreme Court. This is done to ensure the independence of the office of CAG, because CAG scrutinizes government expenditure, whether there is any corruption or whether there is any anomaly in their expenditure. Everything is being done legally. Okay, so this is B. Next. Consider the following statements regarding Attorney General of India. So the AGI is a full-time counsel for government and is debarred from private legal practice. AGI has the right of audience in all courts in the territory of India. In 2026, the AGI is the leading government defense for IT rules amendment regarding the removal of synthetically generated information, deepfake information within 3 hours. Okay, now listen to me very carefully. Government is involved in various legal disputes. For that, government needs a lawyer, a top lawyer. And this is the position for Attorney General of India. Now, Attorney General of India is for central government and Advocate General is for state government. Okay, so it is a constitutional office. Remember this. Now, AGI is a full-time counsel and is debarred from private legal practice. This is absolutely correct. The lawyer that the government will choose as AGI is also allowed to continue with their private practice. Okay, they shouldn't remove their private practice, or they are not required to remove their private practice. They can continue with their private practice also. Clear? This part is very important. So this is false. Now, because AGI is a government lawyer, generally what happens is that if you want to be a lawyer, or if you want to basically represent someone as a lawyer in a particular court, you have to register with Bar Council, and you have to register with the Bar Council of that particular court also. Okay, then only you can represent anyone. You can be a lawyer in that court. But for AGI, they don't have to do that. In every court of India, they can represent Government of India in any court. They don't have to register every time in every High Court or District Court wherever they go to represent India. Okay, they have the right of audience in all courts. Now, recently, government is involved in a case. Basically, government came out with certain rules to regulate social media platforms. If there is a deep fake which harms the interests of India, government can order these social media platforms to remove this deep fake video reel within 3 hours. Now, these social media companies challenged this. Okay, they said that these rules are, well, heavy-handed. So they challenged it in the courts, and government stand is being represented by AGI. That is why AGI was in the news. So this is also correct. The answer would come out to be B. Right? Next. With reference to National Human Rights Commission, consider the following. It is a constitutional body established under Article 338 of the Constitution. Okay. The chairman of NHRC must be a retired Chief Justice of India or retired judge of the Supreme Court. The Commission has the power to punish the violators of human rights and to award any relief, including monetary relief, to the victim. All right. First of all, National Human Rights Commission is not a constitutional body. It is a statutory body. Okay. It was established under a law of Parliament, Protection of Human Rights Act 1992. So Article 338 is for National Commission for Scheduled Caste. Okay. So this is false. Now, the chairman of NHRC must be a retired Chief Justice or retired judge of a Supreme Court. Absolutely correct. Now, the commission has the power to punish the violators. No, it has no power to order a punishment. Okay. That is with the courts. It is only a recommendatory advisory body. It advises to the government, publishes reports, and submits those reports to the president. Okay. So it has no power to punish anyone. It has the power to investigate and order evidence for that investigation. Okay. But not punish. So the answer again would be B. Remember this third statement. It's very important. UPSC can confuse you with this. Okay. Next. Regarding Lokpal and Lokayuktas, consider the following. Lokpal has jurisdiction over Prime Minister, ministers and members of Parliament. Lokpal is a single member body consisting only of chairperson. Chairperson and members are appointed by the president on the recommendations of a selection committee. So either second statement is correct or third statement is correct. By the way, Lokpal is that authority, statutory authority, which can investigate corruption charges against, well, people in the government, which includes PM, other ministers and members of parliament. At the central level, there is Lokpal. At the state level, there are Lokayuktas. Okay, so first statement is correct. Now, Lokpal is not a single member body. Okay, it has a chairperson and members also. So this is false. Now, to ensure fairness, impartiality of Lokpal and members of Lokpal, well, they need to be appointed through a multi-stakeholder process. Okay, I mean, the entire power to appoint Lokpal shouldn't lie with the government, because then government would appoint their favorites. That is why Lokpal and its members, chairperson and its members, are appointed by president, yes, but on the advice of a selection committee. Who are the members of this selection committee? Prime Minister is there, Speaker is there, Leader of Opposition is there, CJI is there, Chief Justice of India, and an eminent jurist is there. These are the people who would select a joint candidate or a list of candidates as for chairperson and members, and then president has to abide by it. So this part is correct. The answer would come out to be 1 and 3. Okay, next. Consider the following pairs of interstate river water disputes and their involved states. Okay, as of 2026, well, match the rivers and the states who are basically involved in that dispute, sharing of those river waters dispute. Ravi Byas, it's Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan. Vamsadhara, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Pennar, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Mahanadi, Chhattisgarh and Odisha. Now, this is as much a polity question as it is a geography question. You need to be, if you're aware of these rivers and from which states these rivers pass, you'll be easily able to answer this question. Okay, so all are correct, by the way. So remember Vamsadhara and Pennar river, generally people get confused in these. Okay, Mahanadi everyone knows, Ravi Byas everyone knows. So all 4 pairs are correct, right? Okay, next. Which of the following are cited as critical challenges in adjudication of interstate river water disputes? You see, our constitution has created a proper mechanism for solving interstate river water disputes. Whenever there is an interstate river water dispute, an interstate river water tribunal would be formed and their judgment is binding. Yet, disputes are still there. Despite the award of these tribunals, states generally do not follow these awards and the cases go to Supreme Court. So what are the critical challenges? Why this is not a successful thing? Average adjudication time of 10-20 years leads to changes in river hydrology. The river changes its course, the amount of water also changes. But the average time when this case gets settled is 10 to 20 years. This is a problem. Then, there is no predefined distress sharing formula. When the river is flowing properly, yes, there is a sharing formula, 60-40, 70-30, okay. But when there is a distress, lack of rainfall, too much snow melting or anything, then what should be the sharing pattern? There is no formula for that, and crisis arises during these periods only. So this is a problem. This is known as the Kaveri paradox. It happened in the Kaveri water disputes, especially between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Historical neglect of ecological flow in favor of human use. Yes, this is also a problem, a very big problem, because we generally favor river water sharing formula is designed based on, well, how much water is needed by each state for irrigation, drinking purposes or anything. Nobody talks about how much water is needed by each state for maintaining the ecology of that state or that particular region, environment. So this is another problem. All are correct. Okay, next. With reference to data bank proposed for water disputes, what is its primary objective? To store historical myths related? Not at all. To establish a centralized, transparent repository on water flow to prevent states from manipulating seasonal data? Yes. A third party will maintain proper data as to in which season, at what time of the year, how much water is flowing, so that some states cannot manipulate through their scientific agencies, manipulate the water flow in their favor. Okay, so this is yes, B. Privatize water distribution? No. Track migration patterns of river dolphins? It's not related to river dolphins. Okay, so the answer is B. Now,